some Republicans are so disgruntled with what happened during the elections that they have now started secession plans. In fact, they're going to the White House website and formally requesting a secession. Now, it doesn't really work that way. You don't petition the White House, and the White House goes, oh, well, I see, the Alabama would like to secede. Okay, well, then go ahead, right? Well, you've got your 25,000 signatures. I guess there's nothing I can do to stop you. No, but what it does is if you get past 25,000 signatures, then the White House has to respond to you. That's the system that they've set up on their website. So, for example, the state of Alabama, and it's not the state, and it's not their governor or anything. I don't want you to get it wrong, okay? But it is people within the state have asked for this petition. Quote, we petition the Obama administration to peacefully grant the state of Alabama to withdraw from the United States of America and create its own new government. So the minute this started getting any kind of attention, it immediately exploded. Over 30 states have now registered to secede. Again, it's not the actual states, it's people within the states. So who is going to be the leader on this board of dumbasses? Well, of course, Texas. Texas, as we go to air today, has over 84,000 signatures. Louisiana over 30,000, Florida 25, Georgia 24, Alabama 23, Tennessee 22, North Carolina and South Carolina 22, Arkansas 16, Colorado 16,000 petitions saying we'd like to secede. If you noticed, the great majority of those were red states. Really shocking. Now, it's interesting because Mitt Romney talked about the makers and the takers. Paul Ryan always talks about that. It's this Ayn Rand philosophy. You know what? 53% of the country are the makers. We make this stuff, and then these moochers, these come in and they take our stuff. Well, let's look at that top 10 list and figure out who the makers and takers are. Hey, look, 3 of them are actually makers. Now, this is the amount of money they get back from the federal government for every dollar they send to the federal government. So the citizens of Texas only get 85 cents back, so I can understand why they're slightly disgruntled. Arkansas is 73 and Colorado 91 cents. But when you look at the great majority of the list, they are the takers, the moochers. Louisiana takes $1.10 for every dollar they send, Florida $1.20, Georgia $1.09. My personal favorite, Alabama at $2.03, Tennessee at $1.11, North Carolina $1.13, and another deep red state, South Carolina, living off of welfare from the federal government at $1.92. Now, Tennessee was on that list. One of their congressmen has been threatening secession for a long time, Zach Wamp. Here's what he said a couple of years back. He said, I hope that the American people will go to the ballot box in 2010 and 2012 so that the states are not forced to consider separation from this government. Well, if states like Alabama want to secede, there's a certain mountain man that has a message for them that I'd like to share with you all.
And I said, get away from here. Get.
I love that clip. Alabama. Listen, you traitors in Alabama. You want to talk about treason? You want to talk about leaving the United States of America? Now, it's not the whole state, obviously, but all these people that signed the petition, including in Texas, over 80,000 people, okay? That's exactly what you are. You are un-American. Literally. It's the exact definition. You want to commit an act of treason and leave this country? Are you kidding me? You'll be begging us for a pathway to citizenship within 20 years. In fact, if it's Alabama, they'll be begging us for a pathway to citizenship to Mexico in 20 years. What the hell is Alabama going to do without the rest of us? Look, if after Bush won, could you imagine if New York, Massachusetts, and California said, you know what, we want to secede? Here's what would happen at Fox News. How dare they? We're going to withdraw our troops from them. Look, Bill O'Reilly already talked about letting the terrorists bomb Coit Tower in San Francisco. And they didn't do anything near a secession effort in their state. But luckily, of course, those states are solidly within the Union because if you took those guys out, Alabama, without the economic power of New York and California behind it, what are you going to do, son? What are you going to do on your own? Oh, are you going to have a huge economic capital in Tuscaloosa? Am I offending you? Am I offending you? Look, there's a lot of great folks in Alabama. I've been to Alabama, lovely state, and a lot of good progressives. But there are a lot of knuckleheads in Alabama. If I had to pick one state to go, I'd pick Alabama. And God, it would be a fun experiment. of course I'm against it, right? But if we saw them just struggling, and what happens the next time a disaster hits? And you turn around and you go, oh, can I get some federal help? Oh, shit, then we're not part of the federal government anymore. Oh, no, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? Alabama, please. Now, why did I pick Alabama? Out of that list, you remember in the Republican primaries in this year, they did a poll of Republican voters. How many of you think interracial marriage should be illegal? Oh, come on, that's insanity. It's got to be less than 1%. No, wrong. 21% of likely GOP voters said interracial marriage should be banned by law. Good luck to you. Good luck. Yeah. The reality is, of course, they're never going to do anything along those lines. And if they did, we'd go to war. And, oh, the last time that happened, only about 600,000 people died. So what a brilliant idea you traitors have come up with.